In the boundless savanna of the Sereti Wildlife Reserve, where acacia trees cast sparse shadows, a lion cub pressed itself against its mother's cold, lifeless body, its tiny frame trembling with soft, heart-wrenching whimpers. The lioness had been slain in a sudden, brutal attack by rival lions from her pride. Before dawn bathed the vast grasslands in golden light. Alone, the cub's tear-filled eyes reflected confusion and fear, unable to grasp the tragedy. Vultures circled ominously in the distance, their dark silhouettes heightening the cub's terror, urging it to cling even tighter to its mother's still form. The wind rustled through the tall, dry grass, carrying the scent of dust and distant rain, yet the cub remained, crying desperately into the desolate afternoon, its small voice echoing across the endless plains, a plaintive call for comfort in the vast, unforgiving wilderness. Juma Quavi, a seasoned ranger at the Sereti Wildlife Reserve, was on patrol when a faint, plaintive cry reached his ears. He stopped his dusty vehicle, stepped out, and moved cautiously through the swaying grass, his sharp eyes scanning every direction for signs of danger. As he drew closer, he spotted the lifeless lioness and the quivering cub beside her. The cub let out a feeble roar at Juma's approach but lacked the strength to flee. Kneeling gently, Juma examined the lioness's body, noting deep bite marks that suggested a fatal clash within the pride. His heart heavy with pity, he couldn't bear to leave the cub to the merciless wild. He pulled a water bottle from his pack, soaked a cloth, and tenderly wiped the cub's panting face, whispering soft words of comfort. After a moment's hesitation, he wrapped the cub in a thin blanket, its small head resting against his shoulder as he carried it to his patrol vehicle. Placing it gently on the back seat, he covered it with another blanket and drove back to the reserve's base, the savanna stretching endlessly around him. Glancing back, Juma saw the cub curled up, utterly exhausted, finally asleep. At the Sereti Rescue Center, Juma called for assistance to bring the cub to the medical room. He prepared warm milk, carefully dripping it into the cub's mouth. Though weak, the cub swallowed, then nestled into the blanket, sniffed Juma's hand, and drifted into a peaceful sleep, its breathing steadying. Juma stayed by its side all night, jotting detailed notes on its condition in his weathered notebook, his lantern casting soft shadows. By morning, he reported the situation to his superiors, requesting an urgent meeting to determine the cub's fate. In a modest conference room, 6 rangers and 2 veterinarians gathered, their faces etched with concern. Juma stood, recounting the cub's dire plight and its slim chances of surviving if released back into the wild. One ranger voiced worries about the dangers and costs of raising a lion, while the head veterinarian proposed transferring the cub to a larger sanctuary in Mwanza for specialized care. Juma, however, offered a bold idea that stunned the room into silence. He suggested introducing the cub to a mother orangutan named Zawadi at the rescue center. Zawadi had lost her own infant a year earlier and often clung to an old cloth, a poignant reminder of her loss. Juma believed her maternal instincts could nurture the cub. Some chuckled, deeming it reckless, but Juma's unwavering conviction, born from years of observing the reserve's animals, persuaded the reserve's warden to approve the experiment under strict supervision. Juma carried the cub to Zawadi's enclosure, his heart pounding with uncertainty. Zawadi sat in a corner, her gaze distant, as Juma placed the cub near the enclosure's entrance. The cub whimpered softly, inching closer to the orangutan before pausing, its eyes searching upward. Zawadi approached slowly, sat before the cub, and gently touched its back, her fingers lingering as if sensing its fragility. The rescue team watched, breathless, through the cameras, witnessing the dawn of an extraordinary bond. That first day, Zawadi remained close, never leaving the cub's side. As night fell, the cub slept in her arms, resting soundly for the first time since its mother's death. The next morning, Zawadi took a bottle of milk, placing it near the cub and guiding it to drink with a gentle hand. Though initially clumsy, within days she mastered caring for the cub as if it were her own. The center's staff took turns observing, marveling at Zawadi's patience and tenderness. The cub grew stronger, playfully chasing Zawadi and climbing onto her back. Zawadi taught it to sit calmly in her lap for naps and to shield itself from the sun with her hand during outings in the yard, where the warm breeze carried the scent of wildflowers. Juma visited often, bringing extra milk, toys, and cleaning the enclosure with care. One day, Zawadi carried the cub to a tree, swinging her arms while holding it close. The cub began making joyful sounds at her approach, pressing its face into her chest and wagging its tail in delight. When the cub once stumbled and fell, Zawadi rushed to inspect it, wiping dirt from its fur with a cloth. Their remarkable bond gained widespread attention after Juma shared a video on the reserve's conservation page. Thousands were moved, dubbing them Mama Zawadi and Little Kipepeo, the Swahili word for butterfly, symbolizing transformation. The name Kipepeo was officially given to the cub, etched on its enclosure. Kipepeo and Zawadi played daily, often curling up together under a tree like a true mother and child. Juma began introducing Kipepeo to the scent of meat, gradually shifting its diet from milk. Zawadi remained unfazed by the smell of blood, sitting calmly as Kipepeo gnawed on its first piece of meat. Their bond deepened, transcending their different species. The rescue center installed a live camera, allowing global audiences to watch this extraordinary relationship. By now, Kipepeo had grown twice Zawadi's size, with a robust frame and thick golden fur, yet each night it still nuzzled into her belly, its gentle nature unchanged. Zawadi could no longer carry Kipepeo but stroked its head every morning with care, her eyes warm with affection. The staff monitored closely, relieved to see no aggression from Kipepeo towards Zawadi. The cub was obedient, sitting still when called and never baring its teeth. When Kipepeo ran too fast, Zawadi would tap the ground and it would stop instantly. They ate, slept, and played with custom rubber toys together. Tourists flocked to Sereti, not just to see lions or orangutans, but to witness this miraculous duo. Kipepeo often rested its head in Zawadi's lap, eyes half closed, as cameras clicked around them. The bond grew stronger each day, a testament to the power of compassion in the wild. Juma and the rangers gave talks about this unique interspecies bond, sharing stories of Kipepeo's growth and Zawadi's nurturing. Schools, conservation groups, and global media visited to interview the team. A photo book, Love Beyond Species, Kipepeo and Zawadi, was published, celebrating their heartwarming story. In the harsh wilderness of Sereti, a mother's love bloomed, not from instinct but from pure connection. Dear friend, thank you for following this touching tale of Kipepeo and Zawadi. Please like and subscribe to our channel to support our conservation efforts.